In today's lesson, we're going to learn more about compass direction and bearing, or compass angle. Do you know what a compass is used for? Compass is a tool or an instrument used to find directions. Compass directions are relative to the North Pole. This is because the arrow of the compass always points to the magnetic north. There are now various types of compasses to cater for different needs. Can you think of any of these different needs? For the Muslims, a compass that shows the direction of the Kaaba is a very useful tool to have when in a foreign place, and they want to determine the direction they should face when performing their prayers. For today, let's start our lesson with learning how to identify the 8 main compass directions and how to draw them correctly. In addition, we are also going to learn how to state the compass angle of any compass direction. Compass directions are relative to the North Pole. The 4 main compass directions or cardinal points are north or N, south or S, west or W, and east or E. Notice that the angle between 2 consecutive cardinal points is 90 degrees. The angle between each 2 cardinal points can further be divided equally to get 4 more cardinal points. So in total, there are 8 cardinal points or 8 main directions on a compass. In clockwise directions starting from due north, we have north, northeast or NE, east, southeast or SE, south, southwest or SW, west and northwest or NW. All the angles between 2 consecutive main directions are equal. The angle for each main direction is measured in degrees in a clockwise direction from the north. Now, let's complete this table by stating the angle for each cardinal point. Why don't you try it first? Let's start with the north. As all the angles start from the north, the angle for north is 0 degrees or 360 degrees. The angle for northeast measures 45 degrees. East is 90 degrees from the north. The angle for southeast is 135 degrees. South is 180 degrees from the north. Southwest measures 225 degrees. West is 270 degrees from the north. And finally, the angle for northwest is 315 degrees. Remember, all the angles are measured starting from the north and in clockwise direction. In the beginning of this lesson, the word bearing was mentioned, which is the compass angle of a compass direction. The bearing of a compass direction is, as before, measured in degrees in a clockwise direction from the north. However, compass angles and bearings are written in 3-digit forms, from 0 degrees to 360 degrees. Let's look at our first example. Find the bearing of this compass direction. The angle from the north to the compass direction is 65 degrees. Thus, the bearing of the compass direction is 065 degrees. Second example. State the bearing of the compass direction. Here, the angle from the north to the compass direction is 245 degrees. Thus, the bearing of the compass direction is 245 degrees. Now, let's state the bearing of these cardinal points. We have already learned that all the angles between two consecutive main directions are equal, which is 45 degrees. So, for northeast direction, the bearing is 045 degrees. What about the bearing of south? Yes, the bearing of south is 180 degrees. Finally, what is the bearing of northwest? The acute angle between northwest and north is 45 degrees. Hence, the bearing of northwest is 360 degrees minus 045 degrees, which is 315 degrees. Try to find the bearing of the rest of the cardinal points. Remember that bearings must be in three-digit form. So, for angles that are less than 100 degrees, 1 or 2 zeros should be placed before the value of the angle, so that they will be in three-digit form as shown in the bearing of northeast here. Let's look at another example. Can you state the bearing of point A? The angle from the north to the line joining point A and the center of the compass is 250 degrees and 24 minutes. Before we determine the bearing, we have to convert the minutes to degrees first. 1 degree is equal to 60 minutes. 24 divided by 60 is equal to 0.4. So, just add the 0.4 to 250 and we get that the bearing of point A is 250.4 degrees. What about the bearing of point B? Look at the given angle. Is this the bearing of point B? Remember that bearings are measured clockwise from the north. So, the angle that we are looking for is this angle, which can be found by subtracting 40.5 degrees from 360 degrees. The answer is 319.5 degrees. Thus, we can conclude that the bearing of point B is 319.5 degrees. Let's look at our last example. Can you state the bearings of point X? The angle from the south to the line joining the point X to the center of the compass is 19 degrees and 15 minutes. Before we determine the bearing, we must convert the minutes to degrees first. So, divide 15 by 60 and we get 0.25. As bearings involving degrees and minutes are usually expressed correct to one decimal point only, so 15 minutes is equal to 0.3 degrees, correct to one decimal point. Bearings are measured clockwise from the north, so we have 180 degrees plus 19 degrees plus 0.3 degrees, which is equal to 199.3 degrees. Thus, the bearing of point X is 199.3 degrees. In today's lesson, we learned about bearings or compass angles of compass directions. We learned how to draw, label, and find the bearings of the 8 main compass directions or cardinal points on a compass. Besides the cardinal points, we also learned how to state the bearing or the compass angle of any compass direction. These bearings are measured in degrees in a clockwise direction from the north and are stated in three-digit forms. If the bearing involves degrees and minutes, then the minutes will then be converted to degrees, and the bearing will thus be stated correct to one decimal point.